And we're live. Hey, everybody. It is Sunday. It is Atop the Fourth Wall plays The Outer Worlds. Hope y'all are having a good week. Hope you had a good Christmas. Hope you had a good holiday season. If you're still in the middle, if you're Jewish in the middle of Hanukkah, hope you're having a good time there too.
Yeah, I was gonna say it has Hanukkah right now, and strangely, the first night of Hanukkah coincided with Christmas, which, according to the internet, has not happened since 2005.
Ooh.
Huh, interesting.
We had
Almost 15 years ago.
We had a friend over on Christmas Day, and we watched our standard Christmas thing. Vega and I have a Christmas tradition where we watch the Rankin Bass version of what's it called? Life and Adventures of Santa Claus, which is our standard Christmas tradition. And then afterwards, our friend is Jewish, so we had her. So with her, since we needed to watch a Hanukkah special, we watched the Wienerville Hanukkah special.
Oh my god, I remember that.
God, Wienerville is such an obnoxious show, but it's nostalgic.
It is really obnoxious.
Everyone's yelling, but Boney is still a delight. The little puppet that kicks everything is always fun. Such an odd time when it was in the 90s, so everything is extreme and over the top.
Oh,
Okay, so I'm just gonna preface this right now. I have not seen the Doctor Who Christmas special. If you spoil it, I will kill you.
And you don't want to die. It'll hurt.
I overall enjoyed the Christmas special. Not my favorite, but still pretty good. Otherwise, lots of stuff to talk about and announce today. First of all, let me reintroduce my wonderful guests. We, of course, have Crimson.
Yo!
We got Lotus Prince.
Good evening, everyone.
We got Xandru.
Hello, everybody.
And Eliza said that she would probably be in an hour into the chat, so we will welcome her when she comes in. Otherwise, if you will notice at the top of the chat window, we have a pinned comment there. If you wanted a copy of Spirit of the Season, the song that may or may not be sung in the latest Atop the Fourth Wall episode between myself and Moarte, then you can go follow the link there and get it from Ilnasia's Bandcamp. He wrote it. He composed it. He did a phenomenal job with it, and you should buy that. You can also check out the demo version where he sings it, and that was how I first followed along to it when I was singing my lyrics to it. Just some geeky guy. As a Snyder fan, the James Gunn Superman trailer wasn't bad at all. We'll check it out in theaters. Still pissed we're not getting Snyder's complete saga. Well, yeah, I'm sorry to hear. I'm sorry you're not gonna be able to get that as well. But hey, you guys got a good. At least you guys had a very good run of movie. A good run in terms of how many movies you got out of it. Like some cinematic universes and some projects didn't even get off the ground. Plus, you got the Snyder cut.
Dark Universe.
Dark Universe is still the best joke ever we can have.
But I was going to mention the Snyder cut. Like, it's genuinely shocking that that's one of those things. Oh, I wish they would do it, but they'll never make it. But they did. I can't believe it.
Well, here's the thing about say what you will about the Snyderverse or whatever. I feel like he left for a really good reason.
Yes.
So, not getting the rest of his saga doesn't bother me because taking care of your personal or emotional or mental health is much more important than work.
Chaos Nightmare curses Linkara to be visited by Brazilian Sadako.
Oh,
Wow, rude.
What I love about that idea is is Brazilian Sadako kind of like Brazilian Miku Hatsume? Am I gonna have a Sadako with blue hair coming out to attack me and wearing wearing a yellow T-shirt?
I have no idea, actually, but that would be really cool.
There's always the MonsterVerse. The problem is I have a hard time calling the MonsterVerse a cinematic universe in the same way, because the MCU has so many varied things that are supposed to have the occasional big crossover like the Avengers, whereas the MonsterVerse it's just another Godzilla movie with King Kong in there, King Kong had one movie on his own, and then everything else has been crossovers and stuff since then.
Captain Avenger 1999. Since 2024 is ending, how would you describe 2024 in one word? Exhausting.
Yeah.
Uneven. I felt like 2024 was off to a pretty good start for a while, but it ended in garbage.
I say it was an adventure for me.
Just some geeky guy.
Some geeky guy. Do you guys think James Gunn will have either Matt Reeves' Batman or his own DCU Batman and cancel the Reeves verse? I don't even know if we can call it.
He's not canceling the Reeves verse. He already said that Matt Reeves' Batman is part of the Elseworld universe, which is what he's calling all the shows who are not canon. And for those of you who don't know, Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad has been put to canon because it was mentioned in Creature Commandos.
What an
It's
odd...
a good idea taking stuff that you're like, yeah, that doesn't count, but just calling it Elseworlds, or like if Marvel did it, what if? Like that's a legitimately good idea.
I love how we're gonna make this as convoluted as the continuity. The continuity is gonna be just as convoluted as the comics. Truly, we live in an adaptation paradise. Samurai the Cat, happy holidays. I hope people enjoyed how I was able to make 2 Steel Ball Run vlogs this week. For the rest of the year, I'm taking a break. You do that.
Hey, it's
Chaos Nightmare. Yes, Brazilian Sonic. Brazilian Sonico is like Brazilian Miku. Google it. You might enjoy it. I might do that later.
Oh, dear.
Otherwise, another thing to announce. New keychain. Whoop, let's turn around here. We have Thing Tucker. Look at him. Look at how cute he is and how he wants to, like, you know, he's like smiling and like throwing his hands up.
Oh, okay. It was turned around. That's why I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, look at that. Look at that little guy.
It's so good. I love it.
Yep, I have a bunch of those ready to go. I got inspired to finally work on this because, if you're not aware, I like to hang out with Minerva, a.k.a. Party Demoness, on her streams sometimes, and the Science Squad division over there. They play lots of Voices of the Void, and we had a conversation the other night about 3D printed merch, because I do that, and I was like, you know, you could probably, like, make like little keychains of your thing. If you didn't know that that little plushie back there, that is a plushie of her little thing called a Kibby.
Aww.
And just as a concept, I can't find the damn thing now. I made a little keychain of that just as a proof of concept, because I realized, hey, a lot of this is very simple shapes, and I could probably put that together. And so it's like, okay, you know what? It's same thing goes for Thing Tucker. He's made of lots of little shapes, and I'll just play around with Photoshop and see if I can actually make like an original art of him without having to, like, commission somebody, and like, hey, this actually turned out pretty good. And I realized that while I'm not like a super great artist in the slightest, if I posted up the actual image that I use as the baseline of this, it's laughably simple and childish, but for 3D printing, it turns out beautifully.
Fair enough.
Because of the thicker lines and I don't need to have lots of detailing on it. So what I'm kind of thinking about doing is setting up an Etsy store of 3D printed keychain stuff of like Pokemon. Because like I bet I could make some simplistic versions of Pokemon. Not like just like what's the word? Not like abstract versions, but like simple enough that would work great for 3D printed stuff, while not being overly complicated.
We got a couple of super chats real quick.
I know, and I'll get to that, but I just want to finish my thought. And the reason why I would set it up as an Etsy as opposed to my regular store Envy is simply because it's not atop the fourth wall merch, so it feels unfair to do that to put those kind of things in my atop the fourth wall store.
No, that makes sense.
Yep. Anyway, super chats away.
Just some geeky guy. There's a rumor that Ultraman and Guns film will be a clone of Superman and revealed to be Bizarro. Do you think that could work? I don't take stock in rumors because until it's actually proven and on film, it doesn't matter what the rumor is, to be honest.
Pretty much, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Sidekick Nick 4 says congrats on getting a whopping 27 episodes out this year.
I'm hoping for 28. Right now I'm working on the script for the Clone Saga review. I'm adapting an old live show episode. So we're going to get the what if Spider-Man's clone had lived from like 1981. Because I figured that would be easier to put together than something and be able to get it out on probably New Year's Eve, let's be real, if I get it out. Than something, trying to write something entirely from scratch. We'll see if that happens. If it doesn't come out, oh well, I still got 5 episodes out this month. And I finished up the Christmas storyline just under the wire for Midwest Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
You did a good job.
And Captain Avenger says you and Morte bicker a lot more than any married couple.
Yeah, but that's what makes it fun. I haven't since we haven't had Jarrus on the show. We haven't had I've suddenly forgotten his name. His computer.
Oh yeah.
Sierra?
No. Sierra was Aaron's robot, or was it? No, hers was Sarah's. See, it is Sierra. Sierra was the robot. What was the computer? So we haven't had like the Pollo Sierra banter. So like I like having those kind of bantery, bickery things, especially coming with like creative insults for each other.
I mean, like, it does kind of also kind of build up character, and you get to know the other person kind of thing, and just like, and also builds up on their relationship, so it kind of works.
Jay needs a hug. I can't stay long. Hope you have a great stream. Love the Evil Dead and Transformers episodes this year. Thank you so much. We're going to have more Transformers next year as well.
Heck yeah.
We have a very... We have
just want to...
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to point out, I love your entire, like, bookcases full of filament in your background.
Speaking... Well, funny you mentioned that. Guess what the printer is working on right now?
Oh, no.
I'm working on more filament shelving right now, because let's talk about Christmas!
Oh, no.
Christmas
Also,
time.
J Manor Productions is in the chat. I have a question to ask the chat here. We'll talk about Christmas in a second. So, this arrived in the mail. This is the replacement, the sample DVD I bought for Volume 1. Problem is, this test DVD doesn't work.
Ah, what?
Yeah, like I was using a different method of uploading the thing to Kunaki, so it unfortunately was not working. So I went back to the well, wherein I burn a disc, and then do I still have the master disc right here? No, I don't. I just like put it aside. I had to it's like a weird way where I had to burn it onto a blank disc and then upload the blank disc to it. That's what I've done in the past. The blank disc works. I tested it on other things. So that brings up a question for the chat. I want to hear opinions on this because I am of a split mind about this.
Okay.
It's uploaded. It is technically ready to go. Should I release it, or should I order a test DVD to double check? Because if I order a test DVD, it's going to take another week for me to release it. I would like to release it right away, but that runs the risk of it not working because I didn't test it, the actual printed copy, to make sure everything went through all right. But in the past, it has worked just fine. So, chat, do you want to wait another week to double check, or should I just release it now so you can finally get the damn thing?
It looks like double check, test DVD.
I
I think test DVD.
I also say test DVD. If it didn't work the first time, it's always good to double check.
Always quality control your products. Better safe than sorry. Late launch is better than bad launch. Yeah, everybody's saying test it.
All right, I will follow the will of the people. I was hoping to make a big post about this because, I'm sorry we haven't started the game yet. We're 15 minutes in, but there's just a lot to talk about. Speaking of, I finally donated to Rain. I'm going to be posting up the receipt I did it through PayPal. The final total of that was for purchasing DVDs was $214 on top of the, I want to say $1,200 we did on the dot for direct donation. So yeah, $1,400. Thank you so much, everybody, for that. So yeah, everyone should be very happy about that. We accomplished something great here. I am very sorry to the Canadian fans who bought them. There's still something weird going on. Apparently the Canadian postal strike is over, but I tried to ship out the 3 orders I got to Canada, and the post office is still saying, no, we still can't ship anything to Canada right now. And it's been like over a week since the strike ended, so, well, supposedly ended. That's what I heard.
Yeah, I don't know what the fallout is going to be from that, but it's going to probably take them at least a few weeks to get their shit together, so I would not be surprised.
But yeah, I'm making... So sorry to go... But yeah, let's... so hopefully we'll get that soon. So, new filament shelves. My office is a pigsty, and it's a major mess, and I want to finally clean this. There is a 3D printer that I never got off the ground down there that I'm going to be moving, and I'm going to set up more filament shelves down there, especially since, for Christmas, I got a bunch of 3D printing stuff. I had a great Christmas. In this box, we have 4 different kinds of glow-in-the-dark filament.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
So I'll be doing tests with that, see how that works out. Hawk Hero, we will get your super chat in a minute. Jeremy Adler, has Moarte watched Nightmare Before Christmas, and if not, would he manage to get through it? Hard to say. Everyone was asking, why didn't you show him Nightmare Before Christmas or anything? Because he hates Christmas itself. He thinks it would taint the holiday. It would probably actually be a fun thing for him. Like, no, I don't like Nightmare Before Christmas because Halloween lost in the end.
Oh, good God. Oh, my God. If Morte ever said that, there would be so many people who would probably lose respect for him, maybe.
Jack Skellington tried and made a better holiday and a better version, and nobody appreciated it. And they were all like, oh, you got to stay in your lane. No! His Christmas was better!
I mean, he's not wrong.
You have a 3D printing addiction. Shut up, I can quit whenever I want!
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, no lie though. Yesterday, I called Lewis and I go, "Yo, dude, you want to go to Micro Center with me?" And he's like, "Nah, bro, I went yesterday."
I needed to restock on filament!
I just had an idea for the glowing one. You know, you have like the long box of the damn glowing T-shirt.
Yep.
Long box of the damn glowing keychain.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Especially
Oh
making
shit,
like.
I would buy the fuck out of that.
Oh yeah, I want to do some glow in the dark 3D printed merch. I want to see that. Long box is the most logical one for that, but I want to see other things. Maybe I can turn the Comic-Con one into that because we got the stencil design. We can have the white areas be glow in the dark. We will see.
Oh, that sounds cool.
I need to actually test it out to work, but first I need more shelves because those shelves over there are pretty much full.
Oof.
So it's time to finally make some room. It's time to clean up and organize. This office needs a good, thorough cleaning. So yeah, I got that for Christmas. I got this, a Sunlu filament connector. Basically, if you have like loose, if you have like the end of a spool and you have a bunch of loose filament, this thing will connect it back together again. I haven't tested it yet, but I printed off a device to help stabilize the 2 bits of filament that you're fusing together here.
Yeah.
Little guide things.
Hot
Again,
Hero, I feel like the problem with Moriarty would have been solved faster if you had just told him about Krampus.
Yeah, but he'd just be like, yeah, but the Krampus never wins! Christmas is still around! Why hasn't he destroyed it? Yeah, there's lots of solutions that people offered, like, share the dark elements and all that jazz. It felt too easy. It felt too easy to do that. I was talking about this in the Discord, like originally, like my original thought for how to end this was indeed to go the schmaltzy route and have Linkara just come up with some gift for Moriarty that would make him, realize the true meaning of Christmas, something like that. I was like, it's too obvious, it's too simple. What would be the most hilarious way to end this? And it's won by mundane political negotiation.
Which was really funny, I gotta admit.
Just a hard cut to this official peace treaty. You will remain rivals, but the war itself is officially over.
Amazing.
Diplomacy.
It was so good.
Like just plain old boring ass diplomacy. I've talked about this before that one of my favorite kinds of humor is the mundane and the fantastical. Like having just boring, weird, regular ass stuff just be casually in a world of the fantastical. Like where's your magic tax? Where is your accountant for trying to stabilize all the gold coins and stuff that you collected from dungeons and stuff like that? Like just the most normal, mundane stuff that has to be that should exist because of that. But the world itself is magical and fantastical and contains so many wonders and stuff like that. No, the boring stuff, have that in there and it's dull, and that is funny to me.
No, that's fair. That's incredibly fair.
FanGuide99, who's your favorite box legendary Pokemon? Mine lately has been Miraidon from Violet.
Probably Ho-Oh, just because Gold is already my favorite game in the series, just because of nostalgia, because of just like how much I enjoy playing it. So definitely Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh was definitely going to be on my team when Gold came out, and he did.
Giratina.
Either Rayquaza or Groudon.
Captain Adventure 1993, favorite review of Atop the Fourth Wall of 2024. Ooh, hard to say. We had a lot of good ones this year. Obviously, I'm going to talk about this when I do the year-end wrap-up, which either that will be the first video of 2025 or the previous one, or the second. Like, we had a lot of good stuff in here. We had the Evil Dead reviews, I think, are one of the funniest. Guiding Light, She's a Marvel was fun. Secret Wars 2 was such a pain in the ass, but I'm so happy with how it came out. The Empire Strikes Back adaptation was, I thought, very funny. Existence was funny. A lot of the Patreon-sponsored reviews made up a lot of them, and they gave me a lot of goofy stuff to work with. Just fun stuff that gave me lots of opportunities for jokes. Whew. So much to talk about. What else did I get for Christmas? Quite a few things. I got a new light bar because my brother sold me his Ender 3S1, so I have that over here. I'm going to install a light bar on that so it has lights too. I had... there was something else. I can't remember. Obviously, Crimson got me a second AMS. Which opens up many opportunities for merch because now I could do up to 8 colors. You can see it. I have on the edge here. You can see that I have set up this riser system so I can have 2 AMSs sitting on top of it at once.
You're welcome, people.
But the biggest thing I got, because this is also very tech heavy, because Vega got me an MP3 player and some new shirts, which yay.
Nice.
Yay.
And probably the biggest thing I got. My parents got me DaVinci Resolve Pro.
Oh, shit!
Yep.
That's some good shit, though!
I'm going to have to learn how to use it, but yeah, I'm planning on starting in 2025, shifting over from the old-ass version of Adobe Premiere 5.5 I've been using for like 15 years, and we're going over to DaVinci, hopefully with some new opportunities and new options, and maybe even speeding up my editing time. I'm not entirely sold on some of the things that they were talking about, but I'm gonna give it a shot. At the very least, it will give me an opportunity to have better. It'll still be better editing software. What's that? DaVinci Resolve on its regular form has a free version. It's free editing software. It's very good editing software, but there is a pro version which has even more stuff available to it, and they got me the pro version.
Yeah, I have the free version before I bought Vegas, and I liked it, but I like Vegas better because it's easier for me to work with.
Adobe sucks at optimization, so I hope you have a better option. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully that'll be good. Let's see. Clockwork Soul, favorite villain versus villain moments. Can be for any series. Mods can answer too. Ooh. Off the top of my head,
On the top of this fourth wall.
On the top of my head, I've really in Power Rangers, I really enjoyed the Lothar versus what's his face, the villain from Dino Thunder.
I guess mine isn't even a fight. It's like actually a moment, but in One Piece in the Wano arc,
Mesagog, that's it. Sorry, the villain from Dino Thunder, Mesagog. Yeah, Mesagog versus Lothar.
Yeah, in One Piece during the Wano arc, Apu is giving the Straw Hats a tough time, and then Captain Kidd swings in, and he's really a prick, and he only really works with the Straw Hats because he kind of has to, but he just absolutely blasts Apu with a giant metal punch, and it's remarkably satisfying to see an episode end with the villain maniacally laughing, but he's just completely helping the protagonist.
Okay, real talk, my favorite villain to versus villain moment isn't even really a villain versus villain thing. It's more of a conversation. It's the conversation between the Cybermen and the Daleks.
Yeah.
When the Daleks go, you're only better at one thing, that is dying. And I'm just like, my dude.
Stephen Hawking meets the speaking clock.
Wow.
You will identify first. You will identify first. No, you.
Oh my God, it's one of my favorite things that happens. Like, this is pest control.
Yeah, the pest control line.
Dude.
God damn.
How many are you? 4?
You would destroy the Cybermen with 4 Daleks?
We would destroy the Cybermen with 1 Dalek.
So good.
Again, the conversation thing back and forth just develops like the character and how it's just so good.
Daleks have no concept of elegance. This is obvious. All right, let's switch over to the game now because we're almost a half hour in. We should probably get going here. I don't remember what we were doing other than just generally doing stuff on this one planet, trying to help them out. Something capitalism bad.
Oh yeah, we knew that.
I'm still trying to wrap my brain around like a villain versus villain thing because all the good ones have already been taken.
My PC that has a strong graphics card and 32 gigabyte almost crashed twice when I tried to export a short loop to teach someone to do it. I will attempt to learn DaVinci. But I was using the latest Adobe Premiere and After Effects, by the way. Criminy. Yeah, people have spoken very highly of DaVinci once you get into the flow of it. So I'm going to be trying it out, and hopefully I'll enjoy it. And especially because I was going to switch over eventually anyway, because, like I said, I've been using Premiere 5.5 since almost when I started doing the show. So, like, I have not gotten any better versions of editing software since then. I have the Creative Suite, so I have Photoshop, I have After Effects, but they're old-ass versions. No one makes plugins for them anymore, and there are options for things I want to do, which started in 5.6. That are not available. Like, the big thing for me is I want just a keyboard command to create a keyframe in my editing, because I could do, because like it seems like if I just did that, it would save a lot of time on having to constantly go into the menu, click on the things, get it the right things, then move it around to make sure it hit the right spot. No, just boop. I've already moved it. Keyframe. Boom. Done. Boom. Done. Just like it saves a few seconds, but those seconds, when you're getting into the flow of editing is so important.
Also, I'm going to throw in one more villain fight. JoJo Part 5, Risotto Nero versus Doppio. That one's nuts, and it has nothing to do with the protagonists until, like, the very end.
All right, what were we doing? Radio Free Monarch, Return to the Information Broker. That's right, we talked to the Information Broker, and we got them to, we got the two factions to stop transmitting.
Nice. And I just remembered one. Okay, so it's not really like a villain versus villain kind of thing, but it's like one of... It's from it's an episode of Supernatural where like Dean and Sam meet like other gods and stuff like that, and
oh my god, I love Supernatural though. It's so funny and good and terrible, and I love it.
I know, right? Like, and of course Loki is there, but turns out Loki is not Loki. I'm not going to spoil it in case anybody's not seen it, and but yeah, like, and these gods get slaughtered by the devil, of all people, and it's conflicting to me because like it's the devil, obvious bad guy, but then I'm like, evil.
Let's
God.
be real, we're
like,
rooting against the other guys.
Like, let me be real here. How many times has Crowley done something for the Winchester brothers? Let's be real.
Yeah.
Wow, am I already over encumbered? Criminy.
Is it, my other favorite one, I'll say villain versus villain, is John Lithgow versus Michael Hall in Dexter for that season was amazing.
Yeah,
that entire
John
season
Lithgow,
of Dexter. Oh my god, that entire season was amazing.
John Lithgow is the only villain in Dexter. Like, everybody Dexter interacts with is a freaking killer. John Lithgow is the only one that, like, genuinely, like, scared me through the entire series.
Yeah, and he's actually a legitimate threat because of what happens at the end.
I mean, that's true, but, like...
Because I don't want to...
Scary.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen Dexter, but... Dexter is actually one of my favorite TV series just for the John Lithgow arc.
Season 4 is spectacular. By the way, going back to JoJo Part 5, I kind of neglected to mention the basic plot of Part 5 is that there's a protagonist team and an antagonist team, and both of them want the big boss dead for different reasons. So the antagonist team is constantly attempting to stop the protagonist team, but everybody wants the big bad dead.
All right, let's get on with the story. Sorry, low long transmitting. Is the data ready?
Yes, indeed. I am back in business. But before we get down to it, might I ask how you handled the problem in the end?
We did what we could as best we could. Should probably leave it at that.
Is that so?
It helped both MSI and Iconoclast get what they wanted.
I don't know how. The two are diametrically opposed and impossible to please. But it matters not how you fixed my problem, only that you did.
Well, it's because I'm kind of awesome.
A practical man, I like that.
I relay any acquired information to the purchaser, and to the purchaser alone. However, to send the data, I will need your assistance in cycling the antenna's receiver, so I can input the needed adjustments.
You know something, this guy seems very focused and practical and wants you to complete specific tasks. Ironically, he's not Blythe.
I'm gonna throw you.
Fine, tell me how to fix it.
Truly. I merely need you to waltz outside and throw the lever to cycle the power. I'll key in the numerical adjustments from in here. Someone has trust issues. Though I can hardly think
Damn.
of these. Yes, that is all. No, I am not mocking you. Much. Just step outside, flip the switch, depart forever. Understood? Good. Marvelous. We're in agreement.
This is why I stopped helping out around here, you know. It's always throw this lever, shoot that marauder, save my life. Just one thing after another with you.
If that's really all, let's just get it done with and be on our way.
Terrific. I'll be here, waiting with bated breath. Give a shout if the panel electrocutes you.
So if you're
Wow.
I have
So
a
if you're
Tesla
waiting-
gun right in my hand here.
wait,
So just
wait,
saying,
is that
if you want to feel electricity, you know how that feels like, I can help provide.
if
Just
he's waiting on
fix it.
if he's waiting on bated breath, does that mean he's gonna hold his breath and then we're just and if we leave, he just die of suffocation?
I guess.
Captain Avenger 1993. Favorite movies of 2024. Sonic 3.
Deadpool versus
obviously.
Wolverine.
Deadpool versus Wolverine is definitely on there.
Was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 this year or last year?
I believe.
I don't
last
know.
year.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
I genuinely don't think I've seen a single movie this year, like at least a new one.
Oh, I really liked Alien Romulus. That was pretty great too.
I need to watch that. All right.
Transformers 1.
Transformers 1 was good.
Oh, Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire.
That was good, yep.
That's like all the movies I watched this year.
Yeah, obviously I didn't go to a lot of theaters this year, but yeah, I saw those two in theaters. Yeah, Godzilla X Kong I saw in theaters, and Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Yeah, I saw. No, Godzilla -1 was last year. Although I did watch it again this year.
There you go.
It's very good.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, Sonic 3 was amazing.
I still need to see it.
It's so good. Oh,
I must admit, I have grown rather fond of you.
I've grown rather fond of myself as well.
oh my God.
Humble.
Do take care.
Why,
You know, I
don't
finally
us
saw the movie
without
Them
throwing
this year.
insults at our persons. He really does like you, Captain.
Captain! Big flaming thingy!
Thank you, Parvati. Oh dear.
Jeez.
Oh, that's a thing.
Please don't let it be our ship.
That's not our ship.
Our
It's
ship's
fine.
already landed,
Your
but
ship
wow.
wouldn't be in space, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
That's a fireball.
Black holes. Did you see that?
Whose ship was that?
Like a UDL ship. Based on the gunnery attachments, I guess it's one of the board's blockade enforcers, but don't cite me on that. Oh well, a pity for the crew, but I can't see how it affects me. Hiram? Can you hear me? Did you see that? Architect, save me from swimmers and fools. Sanjar, what are you bloody doing on my channel? Did MSI or did MSI not cease broadcasting? Yes, but... Hiram, are you there?
Will someone explain what... It's the reunion! Group hug!
Not without a physical contact waiver. Ah, the good captain. The truth brings us together once more. Our salvation has come crashing through the stratosphere. We need only collect its weapons. Are you mad? That's the UDL gunship. You'd probably shoot your own toes off.
You'll shoot your toe off. You'll shoot your toe off.
You're acting like children.
Par for the course, really. You should do like I did. Get out while you still retain a shred of sanity. We could use the gunship's armaments to defend Stellar Bay, but we need its targeting module. Our message is so close to breaking free of this planet and spreading to the stars. Help us secure that module and we will save our colony. Listen, I don't care a single whit what you do so long as you leave me out of it. Which means, get off my boy damn channel. I'm more than finished with you lot.
Oh boy. It's time for a salvage mission, kids.
Yay.
Yay!
Also, I am still encumbered. I thought I took care of this before you ended the last stream. Bayside Terrace, ruins, Bayside River.
No, you might want to go. Yeah, you might want to go back to.
Yeah, well, let's go. Well, let's go to the unreliable interior, and we'll sell. I mean, we will break down and sell a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, sounds good. But yeah, I do want to see Nosferatu. I just haven't had a chance to yet.
I also want to see Nosferatu.
I saw just such a stupid little like meme on it that it made me laugh.
Oh,
it
I
was
was
a picture
gonna.
of Willem Dafoe like just posing in like some room with flames, and the caption was, I'm something of a scientist myself.
I was gonna say, if you do decide to go see Sonic 3, just remember that there is a mid-credits and an after-credits scene. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but just make sure you stay through the credits.
Euthanasia kit.
Hopefully it doesn't matter that I haven't seen the first two.
It kind of does, but not really.
So basically, just sit through it. It's practically a Marvel film at this point.
Oh my god, I don't know.
Marvel's
Okay,
one of those
here's
things
the
that
thing that fucking weirds me out, okay? People still leave after Marvel movies. Like, Deadpool and Wolverine, like, a bunch of people left during the credits. And I'm like, you guys are idiots.
How does no one know this by now?
Will I be 100% caught up with Sonic 3 if I've played Sonic Adventure 2 from 20 years ago?
Yes, actually.
Oh
That's
my
good
god.
to know. Like, I know
No, they make
Harold
several
Robotnik
references.
is.
They make several references to that specific game. It's
Well, I
great.
know they make references to it, but like, can I get away with not seeing the first two movies?
Probably.
I mean, I feel like any of those films are jumping on point that you could just sit down and watch, kind of thing.
Oh, hopefully.
Yeah.
I will say though, I enjoyed the movie because, Shadow's the best one. I'm just saying.
He's a faker.
No, he's not. He's great. What the fuck? He's like the coolest. He literally is more powerful. Like, he has fucking cuffs. He's got fucking cuffs around his arms because he's too powerful.
And he wears those like rocket shoes.
Yeah.
And he was
literally has a
on the
limiter on.
bio lizard.
Yeah, he's got a power dampener on his fucking shit, you know? Oh yeah, Jim Carrey is great in all three of those movies. I fucking love them. They're so good.
Also, Crimson, have you played Sonic Adventure 2?
I have, actually, but it's been like, I don't know, 20 years.
I was gonna say, remember the faker line? Because that's what I was doing.
Oh my god, oh yeah, did everybody, okay, I just want to point out for the record that, did anybody see the interview with, the guy who plays Agent Stone at the Sonic 3 premiere where he was like, guys, I want more Robotnik Agent Stone fanfiction. Give it to me. And I'm just sitting there going, oh my god, stop feeding the trolls, I love you.
I don't even know who Agent Stone is. Probably a movie character.
Yeah, he's like the henchman of Robotnik in the movies.
I thought Robotnik's entire personality was that, like, his henchmen are completely disposable and don't matter.
Yeah, but this one's named, so I guess, question mark, but whatever, it's weird. Anyway,
no, we're not involved in this.
Wouldn't that excess power kill him? No, actually, because he can discharge it.
No one's shooting at me, which means I can loot all their bodies.
Yay.
Hey, loot the bodies, loot the bodies. Salvage mission, remember? We are salvaging all of these bodies.
We are on a salvage mission!
For all of these bodies!
Cole Aidman.
Cole Aidman.
That ain't bad.
Cole Aidman, I love it.
Loot the room.
We're no longer detectives. We're
You gotta
just
develop your musical talent if you want to loot the room.
Hey, make it Timmy Tommy, they already greenlit Sonic 4.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah, no, I'm aware. I don't know what they're gonna, I don't know. Like, here's the thing.
When are they gonna add, Vector?
Here's the rule of thumb, and this is part of the reason why I'm really pissed off about, yes, I'm bringing it up again, about Natasha dying in Endgame. Because we saw a body. We saw Tony's body. Okay? Like, if you see a body in a movie, that kind of means that they're dead. Especially if they have a funeral for it.
Same thing for comics, really.
seeing the body is still no guarantee. Like it's.
I mean, that's fair, but also like
There's less of a
Then
chance of it being a thing.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like every horror movie ever made. Like they're not dead until their head's cut off.
Well, that's
Right.
the thing. In the Saw franchise, Jigsaw like was a character who had an expiration date because he had cancer, and then everyone was like, "Oh, they're gonna find some way to cure his cancer to keep him alive." No, he dies in 3. The 4th movie opens with his autopsy, and you see the autopsy in painful detail.
but aren't there like 10 movies with Saw?
So
Yeah,
a
but
lot.
they're
So
like
some of them
photo
take place afterwards with plans that he laid in motion. The Saw franchise utilizes flashbacks a lot.
Oh,
Saw
okay.
X just decided straight up this entire movie takes place between Saws like 1 and 2 or something like that.
Oh my
And,
god.
And to answer Mega Timmy Tommy's question, Avengers Endgame and Saw are like years old. They're no longer under like embargo.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
sulfur pits.
And the Endgame spoiler is outright famous.
Yeah, and like I freaking made an episode on like how Marvel failed women because like the entirety of the woman who literally kept the Avengers together for 5 years is not even there at the main like team up of all the women in the final fight. Like what the
Drop
fuck,
her.
man?
Yep. That Mantisaur ate a bunch of baseball cards.
Wow, that sounds like it didn't agree with them.
I once ate my debate partner. He didn't agree with me either.
Wow, nice.
But Tish.
Oh, okay. I still haven't seen Fast X. I still need to see Fast X. But I will say that I will always give a pass to a movie franchise that lets you go to space.
Yeah, the Fast and the Furious got like incredibly stupid in a way that I enjoy. Like I've only seen Fast 5 and Hobbs vs. Shaw, and both of those movies are so stupid and they're really fun.
So here's what's
They are
hilarious.
so funny.
So Vega does not like Saw 9. Not Saw 9. Sorry, Fast and Furious 9.
Okay.
But not because of space.
Oh, why?
She thinks the sequence near the beginning where the car swings around over the chasm was too much for her.
I will say there is one part of Hobbs and Shaw
That was
which
the breaking
involved,
point.
like, a car stunt, like a car flips on something or whatever, and like something about it like took me out of the movie in a way that like a cyborg did not.
All right, run diagnostics. Captain Master, the current time is error, which indicates the captain ship is still ongoing. Failure to report to duty is a violation of UDL policy. Operational parameters have exceeded acceptable damage ranges. The cost of any repair necessary at your nearest UDL prison will be averaged. Don't the crew. View logs. Unable to access central log storage, only recent entries. So, all right, November. CE
I still gotta see the 2 Ghostbusters. Sorry, go ahead.
I haven't seen the most recent one. CE is saying something about spare regular bypass something Chikusho. I'm turning this thing toward the groundbreaker, firing up the engines, retiring. Better be arrested than lose power and drift out in space. Let's hope this old bird can handle one last trip. Interesting. How is this launch thing calling it so impossible to requisition parts? My chief engineer is looking for me to order yet another damn thing, and I can't even get a response from corporate. And I don't know what today is, but I'm assuming this is close to our current time. Can't shoot him down. That makes some lost count. What's the point of being out here if we're gonna get some backup?
So, none of y'all seen like the 2 recent Ghostbuster films?
I saw Afterlife. I haven't seen the Frozen Empire or whatever.
Yeah, I haven't seen Afterlife or Frozen Empire.
All right, start Mayday message playback.
I haven't seen a single new one.
I'm the chief engineer on this gunship, and I'd like to let the record show that our captain is a total fucking hullhead.
Ooh.
Oh, fun.
Oh, nice.
So without fixing our regulators, spinning up the engines are going to blow through our coils and we'll go flying off in a completely random direction. Well, here we are. Thinking we'll hit soil in about 30 seconds. This is your chief engineer signing off for what is probably the last time. It's a shame
Awfully
you
collected.
see this middle finger I'm holding up, because I'm doing it as hard as I can.
She's sassy. Also really calm considering the ship is crashing.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
I'm assuming it's one of these ladies is the one who made that message.
And Mega Timmy Tommy says, free fan fiction idea. Jigsaw, in hell, competing for the devil's job. Has been hotel/Hell of a Boss crossover optional.
Oh yeah, while we're here, I'm gonna plug a couple of things.
Go ahead.
So Tuesday night in the Atop the Fourth Wall Discard, we are gonna be watching and riffing through Venom: Let There Be Carnage, because I have not seen it yet, and I hear it is either really terrible or really great, depending on who I talk to. I don't know why.
I'm mildly interested based on Maximum Carnage.
Fair enough. And then Thursday is my regular stream. Oh, and my website, superherorundown.com, is not ready yet, but it should be ready before the end of the year. I'm hoping it goes live on Tuesday.
And good evening, Eliza.
Hey, Eliza.
Hello. I just got back from the theater.
It's all good. We haven't talked about much. Mostly we talked about what happened on Christmas, a bunch of merch-related stuff, and and of course, just what happened the last week and everything like that, because we had a lot to talk about. And now what we contacted the information broker, let them know the channels are clear. But after that, this gunship that was enforcing the quarantine crashed nearby. So now we're investigating that and looting it. Both factions want us to loot it for supplies for them. I'm assuming we're gonna have to make a moral choice about this.
Probably.
Yes.
All right. What do we lock here? Cantankerous Canid targeting module.
Nice.
Nice.
I just kind of like that word, cantankerous.
What'd you go see at the theater?
Well, yesterday me and Zed had gone to see Wicked, but there was a bad experience because the person sitting behind us literally shat themselves.
What the fart?
Like, less than a half an hour into the movie, just sat there in the movie for like 2.5 hours just with poop in their pants that we could smell.
Ew.
Yeah.
So the theater gave us free tickets to come back tonight and see it again.
That's good. But still,
Alright.
I'm so sorry that happened.
Yeah, that's
we can upgrade our companions too. What do we got?
Oh yeah, we are salvaging TF Master 96. We are salvaging.
I mean, it is salvaging. When this isn't the party deal increased sneak damage, might be good. Second wins command is down during combat. It heals back some health and continue fighting. It's a long cooldown. Plus 3 armor rating for 10 seconds. Duration of status effects split by companion abilities. Let's increase that. There we go.
To answer your question, Mega Timmy, yes, this was a grown adult that did that.
Also, one RHPS fan, the top 15 is coming out either hopefully before the end of the year or will be the first one next year. You said
the top
Lewis?
15 is definitely going to be definitely going to come out next year. It's whether or not it is the first episode of the year, which is up in the air, because the Clone Saga review I'm working on right now. Hope to have that out on New Year's Eve, but no guarantees.
I have no idea whether or not they burned the person who crapped themselves.
Ability cooldown plus armor rating. I'll do the down thing for them too. Alright, so where does it want me to go now? Back to Amber Heights.
As a longtime Oz fan who has never seen the play of Wicked.
So yeah, you got to either give the module to Graham or say, yeah, you got to make a moral choice.
The problem is, like, I don't agree with Sanjar's position, but on the other hand, Graham has already proven himself to be unreliable and a cult leader.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I would say no to cult leader. Like, I'm not on board entirely with Sanjar either, but, like, he hates the board. That's something.
He said he wants to rejoin the board.
Oh.
But on the other hand, giving them more defenses for the planet is still a good thing, and it'll help break the quarantine. I think giving Sanjar the module is the better option here. It's not a great option, but it's a better option. Graham has already proven that he's not interested, that he's interested mostly in guns, cares more about the message and expecting people to follow the message than taking care of his own people.
I mean, in the immortal words of Classic Watcher, don't be adult, don't trust the cult. Google Ross, no spoilers.
No spoilers are allowed in here. You will for the game. No spoilers for the game. We want to proceed as if we don't have that. You know, if I make the wrong decision, I make the wrong decision.
There's only one person in that cult I trust, and that's that woman with her head on straight.
Yep. Yep, and I don't see her necessarily assassinating him to take control.
I will say, since you've already completed that quest, I did actually kill Graham in my run.
Did you give the lady the thing?
I did give her the module, and everything kind of worked out. Yes. But that was my run, and obviously this is a different run because you didn't kill him. So, but I'm just telling you that because that's what I did.
Yeah, I think that's what I did in my run too.
Well, I'm not a murderer. I will. You know, we kill for personal spite, or for paid to do so.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think given the information we have available, Sanjar makes the most sense.
If the iconoclasts reach that ship first, there won't be any chance for a peaceful monarch.
I don't suppose you've found the targeting module yet? I've sent patrols, but they're running into trouble with the iconoclasts.
Oh my god, I'm sure the iconoclasts are looting the bodies as well. Not that I'd know anything about that.
Wait, what?
Exactly.
Maybe you could do a truce with the iconoclasts.
Mega Timmy Tommy, in the interest of sanity, distraction through free fanfic ideas. A Christmas Carol, but the ghosts are Jigsaw and his acolytes.
Oh jeez.
That'd be great.
Could you agree? Let's do the ship's logs first.
That's surprising.
And as for what I think the fans of the book and play would react to the book, I've only seen the first part of the movie.
Perhaps something deeper going on.
A conspiracy? You've spent too much time around Graham.
Could you agree to a truce with the iconoclasts?
They're all mad. And what's more, they left us. I don't see any way for us to work together.
That works, Soul.
I've read your reviews, Sanjar. You can't do this alone.
Not this again.
Remember what we practiced, sir.
Yes. The words in those reviews were very hurtful, but they do not define me. I am a mantipillar, and my will is my cocoon. I can emerge.
What the fuck, my dude?
Affirmations.
Shit.
It's the first one. You're doing details, but you can have someone who can see a big picture.
Here's a big picture.
You too?
He has a point, sir. And it's not all bad.
Supposing you're right, who exactly would you have me work with? The iconoclasts are not the most compromising sorts.
What about
There you
Graham's second in
go.
command, Zora?
That's an interesting suggestion. I confess I don't know much about her except that she worked for Rizzo.
There ain't a body on this planet that can keep a group patched up like she has. I don't know how she does it.
I'd be willing to consider it, but I need to see her review first.
Fine.
Excellent. Her review would be in the Rizzo offices in Cascadia. Bring it to me, and I'll see if she's qualified.
Alright, I'll let you know when I made progress. Which is better, Star Trek Borg or Klingon? Hard to say. I've never actually played Star Trek Klingon all the way through. Star Trek Borg, I enjoyed for what it was. And it is nostalgic for me. I'm going to turn up the audio a bit on the game. Just for characters, if I can. It's music, voice. The voice is already at 100%. Wow.
What the fart?
I turned down the master, so let me put that up to like 75. Whoop.
Something the doctor wish he could do. Turn down the master.
But yeah, Star Trek Borg is very nostalgic for me. I got that for Christmas one year, or my birthday, one or the other. I want to say Christmas. And I played that multiple times just because, like, you know, the different options, screwing up stuff. It is an FMV game that delivers exactly what it promises, especially because this was before First Contact, so this was like, you know, still TNG-esque Borg. Which would win? Replicators from Stargate versus the Borg, which would win? The Borg would win. They have the ability to analyze and adapt. The replicators have a much harder time of doing that. Once the Borg have assimilated the replicators with their own nanotechnology, it's over. They'll be able to basically take them over, and they can't adapt as quickly.
Essentially, they're the Wicked Avatar from Yu-Gi-Oh. They just have like 100%. They have like 100 attack points.
And I will say this: Wicked might be what I consider the best Oz movie I've ever seen.
There you go. Also Clockwork Soul, Jigsaw.
Hello, Ebenezer Scrooge. I want to play a game.
Used to be.
Do do do. Do 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 do.
I would have liked to see this place before it was all boarded up.
Right before this, I thought the best Oz movie was Return to Oz.
Yeah, Return to Oz is a banger. I think the only Oz movies I've actually seen are The Wizard of Oz and Return to Oz. If there's another one, then I can't think of it right now.
There are a lot more.
There's a lot.
Well, I know-
It
I know
helps.
the
It helps that
million
Oz
more,
is in
but
the
I
public
think the
domain.
only two I've actually seen.
Most Oz movies are kind of terrible.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, I heard the Sam Raimi one was very mediocre.
Oz the Great and Powerful. Yeah.
Yes, that's the one.
Though
There's The Wiz, which is just kind of bizarre, but it's interesting.
There's at least 3 anime films from made in Japan.
Really?
Yeah. Including one set in space.
That's unsurprising.
Come on, move over here.
And then there's the, Eliza, you said Wicked's the best one you've seen. Hard disagree, you're missing Zardoz.
Zardoz, the greatest Wizard of Oz movie.
No.
Zardoz is the greatest Wizard of Oz.
Does Wicked have the line, "The gun is good, the penis is evil"? Of course it doesn't. That's what makes it the best.
Yeah, does the great and powerful Wizard of Oz like vomit 1,000 guns? Don't think so.
Okay.
Oz.
I just have to point out for the record that Wicked did not even have that outfit. Okay.
Probably because of copyright.
Infamous Mike Manhattan, what's The Wiz? The Wiz was a musical version of Wizard of Oz featuring Motown music and an all-black cast. And the adaptation of it into a movie was done by Joel Schumacher and is not very good.
Yeah, the movie version of The Wiz is questionable at best.
The musical version is great, though.
Yes. The Wiz is one of my top 10 musicals.
They'll never see us.
And I'm pretty sure I'll probably put Wicked into that top 10 once I see part 2 of the movie, because I still have yet to see the musical.
No, I meant what about The Wiz? Sorry. Okay.
But, honestly, before the... There are also several Oz movies I've not seen, like the ones that came out before the MGM film. Because a lot of those are
like
raw
that black
media.
and white one, like the Thomas Edison one.
Yeah, there were over a dozen Oz films that came out before the MGM one.
I think
that was not.
Isn't it weird to think about? Like those movies came out when the book was contemporary.
Yep.
Like there were
When did you see The Wicked?
a lot of them were. A lot of the early Oz.
I'm trying to use a vending machine.
A lot of the really early Oz films are lost media, which is sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that one Sesame Street Lost Media episode that was recovered a couple years ago, where the Wicked Witch, as Margaret Hamilton as the Wicked Witch shows up.
Really?
They found that lost episode, and I actually watched it when it was put on YouTube.
Yeah, just a couple of years ago, it was like, oh, guess what? This thing hasn't been available since like whatever year, like the 70s or something.
Yep, I think it was like 1978.
That's crazy.
Also, a fun fact about the MGM movie: Judy Garland was not the first choice to play Dorothy in that film. Shirley Temple was, but because she had a Fox contract, they wouldn't let her out of it to play out Dorothy.
I mean, it might be for the best because of like what happened to Judy Garland. So,
to be fair, that's not much better than what happened to Shirley Temple with due to her Fox contract.
Things used to be much worse back in the day.
Mega Timmy Tommy says, another free fan fiction, Oz X Saw. Is Jigsaw better as the witch, wizard, or Dorothy? You decide.
Jigsaw would be the wizard. The wizard is an evil asshole in almost every version.
Yeah, like the Wizard
Man,
of Oz
you know what I
movie
can
is
say
like as benign as he
about-
gets, and he still sucks.
You know what I could say about Oz the Great and Powerful? I can actually believe that James Franco is the wizard because he is also a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's the best thing I can say about that. James Franco is possibly... I can see him becoming the wizard.
Right?
So Sam Raimi's car is probably in the movie somewhere.
Oh yeah, it's always in the movies. Right, I forget about that.
I think it shows up during, like, somewhere.
Oh man.
Oh. It's like, I I wanted Oz the Great and Powerful to be a good film. But it also does one of the things that I consider a big sin to do in Oz adaptations. It tried to de-gay Oz.
No, you're right. You're right about that.
It really tried to de-gay Oz.
Want to say hi to the chat, baby?
The worst thing you can do in an Oz adaptation is remove the gay.
Top-notch sawbones with a good head on her working under pressure. She knows how to assimilate large amounts of detail information to make quick decisions. Her competency comes recommended for Employee of the Month. Cecil McClure.
Yes.
Do not pro Opion store manager.
Jesus. That's so real, though. Oh, she's so good. Don't promote her past a certain level because we need her at that level.
Yep. And let's see what we got here. Yoink! Reconstructed heavy power armor.
To be fair, it's better than some things that corporations do now, where they bring people who are unqualified to positions, and then everything goes to shit. Like, take a look at David Zaslav.
I would rather not take a look at David Zaslav.
Good point.
You guys are not hearing this, but she's trying to talk. It's very cute.
I heard a few of them.
Yoink.
Kitten, you want to say hi to the chat, kitten? There you go. Good girl. Yeah, I know.
So good.
You're such a good child. She doesn't sound very happy because she's upset that you're all ignoring her. Now she's happy because everybody's saying cat, kitty, meow, kitty.
And Mike Manhattan says, kind of surprised no one's adapted the other Wizard of Oz books. Number 1, yeah, seriously. But number 2, Return to Oz is basically books 2 and 3.
Yeah. Japan also adapted books 2, 3, and 6.
Also, the Life and
Okay, they're all saying kitty and hi Hime, hi Crimson's kitty, feline, kitty, kitty. See, they're all talking about you.
Also, technically, yes, Zen brought this up. The movie The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus, which was done by Rankin Bass, is technically canon to Oz.
Oh yeah, you weren't here when I talked about that. Watching that version is a holiday tradition for me and Vega.
It's a holiday tradition for me, but I haven't been able to watch it this year because I don't have my mom's DVDs of the Rankin Bass movies this time.
Yeah.
Yes, Hime has toe beans, but she only has 3 legs because she's a good girl. Aww. And they stole her leg when she was a kitten.
Cecil, I received multiple complaints about your interactions with customers. According to those reports, the following phrase has been used when describing Rizzo products being sold at your storefront. If that ain't savings, just call me a Raptidon! Expletive deleted. The latest batch is going to knock you out like a nose full of sulfur. The north end of a southbound woolly cow. These and others are not approved metaphors. Please refer to your employee handbook for a list of metaphors allowed when working. Violet, I received notices of the following violations: consumption of non-approved lunch material, failure to volunteer for voluntary overtime, sale of restricted goods. I contest these violations of following grounds. I am allergic to purpleberry. Making one of our pre-approved purpleberry lunch meals will literally kill me. To be candid, it is a miracle I've lived here this long without incident. I can't volunteer for overtime because I've already been assigned overtime shifts. Okay, I'll fess up to selling restricted goods. You got me there. Selling soap to a man who stinks so bad I can't smell the sulfur around him is against the rules. Fine, I won't do it anymore.
No, that is the realest thing this entire game. I always talk about regular water having sugar in it, but like getting in trouble for not volunteering for voluntary overtime, that's dystopian as hell.
I am writing to inform you that multiple employees have filed Form R441 perceived danger to human resources through my office. It appears that Raptidon sightings are growing more and more frequent as Rizzo Incorporated has not responded to our request for safety equipment. A level of concern and, dare I say it, restlessness grows among the workers. Any indication as to the truth of these sightings or the rumors that Rizzo Incorporated is no longer supporting our efforts here would go a long way toward improving company morale. Please, we're all begging you for love of all that's good and just. Please let Cecil sell soap to Simon again. He's got some kind of condition. I don't rightly know what it is, but I've smelled corpses with a finer odor than his.
Jesus.
Damn.
Say hi, Kana?
Okay, so those of you who are asking about why she's a pirate kitten. So she was born without a 4th foot. So when she was 6 months, when we had to get her spay appointment done, her leg had started abscessing. So the easiest way to do that was we had to get a grant from Red Rover because to pay for the removal, she got a mid-femoral amputation on her back leg. So technically the vet stole her leg, and that's why she hates going to the vet. That's literally how that works.
And Kana got jealous, so she has entered the chat. Everyone say hi to Kana.
Hi, Kanya.
Nah. Yeah, whenever
Hime is not happy about this development at all.
I'm sorry, Kana.
Hime!
I'm sorry,
Be
Hime.
good! My goodness!
Kana just wants a bit of attention, too.
Yeah,
Hime is used to being the only child who has attention.
Oh.
Hime has soured on Kana over the years.
She has. She doesn't even like boy, to be honest.
Law help me, help us all. I saw one, frothing in the mouth, barely able to string a word or two together, walking at me as if to devour me whole. Zora was right, there are monsters here. We need to get out of here if we want to live.
Wow.
Cecil, you aren't saying they were people once. I don't know what they are now. Cecil, these are crazy assholes who else don't know how to use a keypad. Took one from my clinic office and installed it in the bridge gate. 2613, be safe.
Are we in the thing from another world?
It's
we're a bunch of people from another world.
The bridge gate 2613. Make a note of that, chat. 2613.
2613.
So how am I already over encumbered again? I just sold a bunch of stuff.
Negatimi Tommy says, another idea. Saw X Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. The twist is that the story is exactly the same.
I was about to say I mean, seriously. The factory...
Go ahead.
The factory is literally just a saw trap.
Alright, Kitten, say goodbye to the chat, okay? You're being a little ornery because of Kana. You gotta stop that.
Hi, He-Man.
I just booped Kana's nose.
Yay.
Oh, great. Ow! You're
no.
not supposed to bite me because she got booped? What the fuck, child?
I'm sorry that he makes jealous.
She's very jealous.
They're having a contest. Jeez.
She's very upset. She's very upset. She like wiggled out of my hands and everything. Like she's very upset. She does not like sharing attention. She's a very baby.
Favorite movies of 2024. Out of all the movies I've seen so far this year, all the new ones, I should say, all the movies I saw for the first time this year, there are 3 that I view as the movies that are the best ones I've seen this year.
Jar.
Number 1, Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Hell yeah! Shadow's the best one!
Sonic 3 was great.
Number 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I saw Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the first time while I was in the hospital.
Oh,
Fair
okay, that
enough.
makes sense.
And number 3, Bullet Train. Saw that while I was in the hospital too.
Oh my god, Bullet Train is so good!
I watched that like 4 times while I was in the hospital. Because
I remember there was a scene in that movie where like there was a lady that stuck a guy with a poison needle or something like that. Is that the same movie or am I going crazy?
That is the same movie.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
Bullet Train is literally like, what if we tried to make it... Like, basically the same concept of The Matrix was. What if we take an anime and make it live action?
Okay.
No, it's okay if she bites me, because she does the thing where she doesn't like bite me for real. She does the I'm mad, but I'm not gonna bite you, mommy, or I'm not gonna bite you, daddy, because oh my god, if I bite you, you'll be upset with me, bite. Because
animals know when they cross a line where it like actually becomes like hostile. Like I've had cats and well, I don't know if I've had dogs do it, but I've had cats like if I pet them when they don't want it, they'll like quickly turn around, they'll quickly whip their head around and like put their teeth on my hand, and it's
We're
like
trapped.
alright, enough of that.
We're trapped between monsters and men who have turned into monsters. Cecil's leg is starting to rot. I don't know how we're going to get out of here. I expect we could climb along the castle wall. Might be the only chance we get, but Cecil's getting worse. He passed. Void, take me. I couldn't keep the infection down. I've got no choice. Going to try to climb. If I ever make it to Byzantium, I'm going to find Summer and the rest of the execs, put a boot up their gold crapping asses.
Oh, wow. Explosions.
Explosions!
But yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, but she's a very me cat. She's, because the problem is when I had her, I had her for almost a year before, we got Echo and, rescued, Chiere and Starfire and all of, their brothers. So, Hime is very used to being the only cat. And she is definitely the queen of the castle here. Like, she will take the other ones and put them in line. It's not a problem for her. So, but yeah, she is a pampered little princess, and she knows it, but she also knows what the line is that she crosses, and she knows she's not supposed to bite humans. That is the one line I will not abide.
There you go.
But anything else, whoa, dead person. Anything else, she's pretty, how did that get there? But usually she's pretty good.
What other Sega franchise would I want to see get a good movie treatment?
Streets of Rage. I'm trying to think of something that, like, Streets of Rage actually could get a movie, but I'm trying to think of something that's like
Arcadia.
Crazy Taxi.
Skies of Arcadia would be insane. I would love that.
Crazy Taxi is the easiest game to adapt ever. Just have lots of car stunts and Offspring music.
True. All you have to do is the Offspring soundtrack, and then just do crazy taxi stuff. But
I'm just trying to think of like weird, like, seriously, like Sega franchises, like that just make no sense, like Rystar or something.
Hatsune Miku.
That could easily be done. There are all sorts of characters that you could just have plots with. They're all just robot hologram characters. It doesn't matter.
Daytona USA. Oh my god.
Wasn't that one Sega game that had Spider-Man and Batman in it?
Oh yeah, Shinobi, Revenge of Shinobi. I mean, patching isn't the right word, but they basically patched that out real quick. Like, that's only in very early releases of the game. What's Space Channel 5 with Ulala?
Or one of my favorite Sega games, Jet Set Radio.
I think that game's already a movie. Like it writes itself.
Yep.
Before my original wildlife special regarding Project Taro, it lists concerns that the higher-than-average volume of Terraray corpses may be attracting local wildlife, combined with the alluring purple-berry aroma coming from the Cascadia bottling plant. Engineers worry that raptidons may be encroaching ever closer to the walls. Though the walls are theoretically sound, the engineer warns that they're relatively shallow and that particularly clever raptidons could possibly dig beneath them or find their way into the chemical waste pipes.
By the way, fun fact about Jet Set Radio.
I just want to, on the Sega thing before we move on, I just want to say, I know it's not a Sega franchise, but I really want a Super Smash Brothers movie. I don't give a fuck.
And I was going to mention regarding that, fun fact about Jet Set Radio Future, the Xbox game, the villain is voiced by Charles Martinet.
Oh, that's cool. That's good to know. Yeah.
Also, Cooper Ross is saying what would be an interesting Metroid movie is doing Alien in reverse, a single human terrorizing alien monsters. That's basically Metroid 2. You're literally committing genocide as a mechan.
Wasn't it?
Like Metroid or Super Metroid, which is basically Metroid 3, is your sort of atoning for what you did in Metroid 2.
Yep, because there's literally...
Oh my god, for Monkey Ball, though, being adapted, that'd be fucking funny as hell.
Yakuza's been adapted into a movie and a TV show.
That's true.
I saw the Yakuza movie. It's it's extremely okay.
Something stinks about these evac prep procedures. I know the Taros were expensive, but shipping them out here isn't going to be easy. Even the hunters are recommending we let them loose outside the gates. I don't really get why we're taking them with us anyway. Someone up the chain must not really believe in the project. Town meeting. Combat meeting knows posterity. Still can't shake this feeling that they're hiding something. Sumner called me to discuss preparations for imminent departure. Pauline, platitudes, assurances that nobody's being fired. Pauline explains that jobs await us all in Terra 2. More platitudes. Top management is very pleased with Project Terra and wants to ensure its assets are preserved. McClure, so the project isn't being scuttled. No, just moved off Terra 1. How will we transport the Terros? Hunters will assist in safely moving them onto the shuttle. It was hard enough getting them into the cages in the first place. What about the Raptidons? We've seen more and more around town. Assurances the Raptidons are not interested in the Terros. The Hunters are saying no more about the Terros. Floor is now open to general questions. How many shuttles are incoming? We don't know. At least one. One isn't enough for all of us plus the damn Terros. Let's worry about that when all the evac arrives. Looks like we're out of time. Thanks for coming, everyone, and keep up the great work. Yeah, I remember them describing this. That, like, they cared more about the Terros and the people getting evacuated.
Mm-hmm. It's always the way.
Shuttle impounds started moving Terro cages. Some of them broke. Birds everywhere. Towns everywhere. Even the clipped ones. Turns out they can run. Who knew? Then the Raps got in. I don't know how. Must be a hole in the wall somewhere. Maybe they can dig. They were all over the Terro at first, and then us. Sumner and the other operator were already on the shuttle. Raps got near the pod. Someone panicked. They left us. Void take their black hearts. They left us. Got a few home stabilized, isn't going to last. Rats everywhere. They caught some of what's in the bottling plant. Now they're nesting. Need to move. Gonna have to book it south across the bridge. Cordon off the town. Been trying to hail corporate, but none of my messages are getting through. I don't think help's coming. Cecil insists corporate would best. Yeah. But I saw that shuttle. There wasn't enough room for us and the bird. Someone up there made a decision. It wasn't for our well-being. Rotten bastards. I make a mess. I'm coming for them. Yeah,
Somebody sounds angry.
Yeah, I like Zora. I get her.
And
Yeah.
Mikami says technically Persona is a Sega game because SMT and Persona's publisher is owned by Sega, Atlas, which is ironic because SMT and just MT were Famicom and Super Famicom exclusives back in the day.
Yeah. Also, here's another funny thing. Angry Birds is now a Sega franchise.
There's a secret laboratory here?
What?
Oh, by the way,
Well, that's why there's why it's secret, Lewis, because you just discovered it.
going back to Charles Martinet, by the way, he also voiced Vigoro in Skies of Arcadia. So he has like 2 or 3 lines in the whole game because there's very little actual talking in there.
Yeah, but
dear.
A few years ago, Sega bought Rovio.
You can make that.
So now the Angry Birds franchise.
Don't fuck
is
it up, but
Sega.
you could definitely make it.
I'm just thinking like Deus Ex. Jump! You can make it!
You're a good girl.
Hey.
Good job.
Demanding my attention for the past minute.
Which means the Angry Birds could show up in the Sonic movies.
And Megatimi Tommy, Persona doesn't have a movie, but Persona 4 and maybe 5, I'm not 100% sure about 5, have like anime series.
Persona 4 and 5 have animation.
Yeah.
In
There we
golden
go.
blue.
Thank you.
Mind
Hey,
control,
you got-
Ray!
You got a freaking science weapon! Good job, buddy!
And
You
Persona
got a
3.
gun of science?
I got a
Persona
mind
3 is
control, Ray!
Yes, you did. It's a science weapon.
And Persona 3's way of bringing out your personas with the guns is a direct reference to JoJo Part 3.
Their new marketing deals with
Yep.
the inventory and dealt with the mind control Ray. Once the mishap was discovered, the entire facility was shut down. All personnel were assigned to the most remote outpost corporate could find. Wow!
Also, I was looking some stuff up after I watched Sonic 3 in theaters. They have plans for 2 movies to spin out of Sonic 3. Sonic 4 and Shadow and Knuckles.
You're very quickly losing my
You
interest with spin-offs.
died.
and all
Good
the
job,
spin-offs at
buddy.
once. Very quickly losing my interest.
They want to make a 4th Sonic. They're making a 4th Sonic movie, and they want to make a Shadow and Knuckles movie.
Hey, look, you gotta have the Knuckles lock-on technology.
Did you know that Knuckles doesn't like to chuckle? It's like the dumbest lyric in the world.
It's also a filthy lie.
Yeah, like literally, all he does in Sonic 3 is chuckle. It's like, come the fuck on, dude.
Look, I haven't seen the Knuckles spin-off, but I do hear that I like to have lock-on technology with Knuckles, so it's nice to see him have his own thing with Shadow.
Yeah. Also, Shadow deserves his own movie. I mean, sharing with Knuckles is always a good thing, though.
Shadow needs to cock an SMG like a shotgun.
Did you really okay. Oh my god. Kayla found Snoop Dogg gift tags in the store.
I'm sorry, what?
Snoop Dogg gift tags in the store.
Huh.
Who's screaming? Why are we screaming?
I think Parvati fell down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
She'll respawn. It's fine.
She'll respawn.
Also,
No way responsible
if they never have Eggman in any of the future movies, I'd be perfectly okay with it because of things that happened in that movie.
Oh, Parvati,
Yeah,
you're
we're
alive.
not-
Good.
Yeah, I told you she'd
welcome back.
respawn. But yeah, no, yeah, I haven't, I didn't want to say anything yet because it literally just released to theaters last week, but yeah, there are 2 ending credit scenes, so make sure you stay for those. But I gotta go because I gotta be at my doctor's office at 8, and then I gotta go to work, so I'll see y'all later.
All right, have a good night,
Have a
Crimson.
Good night.
Good night.
It is weird that I'm seeing movies when they come out.
Seeing this thing with Parvati makes me think, if you ever died and then respawned, would you have an existential crisis because you're aware that you're like an NPC in somebody else's story?
A little bit, yeah.
I think I just died again.
But if I have consciousness,
depending on the game,
then if I recognize that I have consciousness, I know that I have to be more than that.
Yeah, I mean, there are some games where you just respawn anyway, like as the player character, so you never know.
I mean, I technically already died twice. If I died and came back a third time, I'm just like this. Wow, I did the hat trick.
After the third time, you get a free Sunday.
Oh, that'd be nice.
You can keep the Sunday. I'm good.
Because I technically drowned before. And then I was technically electrocuted to death before. Both times my heart stopped long enough for me to declare dead, but then they got me going again.
Oh, yikes.
Let's see. Sanjar Graham Zora is... Huh. Curiouser and curiouser. Probably just the way out. That's what it's detecting.
That's probably...
Yoink.
Clever.
All those. What do we got in the terminal here? Connection established with Northern Landing Pad. Running diagnostic. Animal trials. Tom was skeptical that animal trials would yield good data, but I wanted to start small. I wish someone had thought to pack a breeding stock of fertilized mirth, ran them off as mere pests, limited our research efforts more than once. With approval from CNP, I made arrangements to pursue the Borst factory near Fallbrook. Cysty pigs mature responsibly swiftly. I feel it's the best option available to us. I've done great things with cysty pig engineering in the past. Of course, my current project is far more difficult than merely enhancing the baconated flavoring of cysty pig tumors. Let's see if I can make lightning strike twice, this time on alternate tissues. Archive log, Lumen
That's when you
Cascadia.
saw on like that loading screen with the company's slogan. It was like the best Borst or something like that.
Yeah. It's not worst, it's Borst.
There we go.
The board has repeatedly denied my request for data from the other teams investigating the issue. I'm guessing their efforts have progressed no further than ours. There's some good news. We'll be heading to a town called Cascadia. Apparently, Rizzo volunteered to provide lab space. We'll use a change of scene. I'll ask the movers to handle the terminal with care. Starting to have doubts that animal testing will yield the results we seek, but succumbing to pessimism helps no one. I feel like there's more to this place. Like, there's something we're supposed to find out. There's a guy in a tube over there. I feel like we can get him out. More purple berry tubes.
It's... what was I going to say? Oh yeah, it's weird that people are eating tumors.
But they're baconated tumors.
Jesus.
What? What? Oh, in this game, people are eating tumors. It's capitalism gone wrong.
Error 404.
I would never eat a
Capitalism done
tumor.
wrong.
To be fair, capitalism is capitalism done wrong.
I should probably switch over back to a melee weapon so I don't need the investigating tool anymore.
Linkara Megabob says you already did the side quest this place is for. You're just collecting loot you missed back then.
Ah, okay. Man, I missed a lot of loot.
I guess good for you then. You're picking it all up.
And yes, I would love to see Sonya and Manic in the movies. I love Sonic Underground. It's my favorite Sonic show.
The fact that
We
series
need
never got a
Victor and Charmy the Bee.
The fact that Sonic Underground never got a proper ending, like, that would be
Hell of a
super
job.
nice for them to finally just, like...
Just make an animated Sonic Underground movie like all of a sudden nowadays.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
And even bring back Jaleel White to voice all three characters again.
If he's up for it, yeah. Oh, speaking of, like, on the topic of, like, Sega games, like, I don't know why, but I just recently thought about this, but, like, Toe Jam and Earl, I was trying to remember what the game was called, like, but, yeah, that...
Yeah,
I wonder how that could be... Go ahead.
I think Earl would be a weird one, but I just thought of another one, too. Think about Comic Zone being turned into a movie.
Oh, God.
That would be wild, and it's honestly a clever idea. I could see it working. The artist's hand interferes with you, like in that one Looney Tunes cartoon.
Yeah.
Bring your hostels. It's the hostel.
It would be one of the trippiest movies ever made.
That would be pretty rad. I forgot about Comic Zone. Or Vector Man, where every time he wins, he does that Richard Nixon like double piece.
I've always said that if I ever manage to pull off like a crossover with the AVGN, we could do Comic Zone.
Comic Zone is such an underrated game.
Vector Man. There you go.
The problem with Comic Zone is that it is a very precise game. It's got amazing graphics, but it is so goddamn hard.
Yep.
It's legit hard. Well, I'll tell you what, like, if it's released on any of those later collections, like, I'm pretty sure I have it on PS3, I think you can just, like, save whenever you want. You could effectively save state it.
Yeah, but in its original form, it is so difficult.
Yeah, you know, I've been streaming Phantasy Star 2 via PS3, and, like, I can't even imagine playing that game on the Genesis for real, like, without save states. Like, that game is brutal.
Okay, now that I'm not taking medication, did you say people are eating tumors?
Yes.
And Mega Mikami, is Comic Zone in the Yakuza games? No. Yakuza games tends to have, like, I mean, they have an arcade in them, but the arcades tend to have actual arcade games. Comic Zone, not so much. To be fair, they did release a bunch of, like, Master System and I think just Master System games and Judgment, but I don't believe you could play Comic Zone through Yakuza. You can, however, play Arcade Perfect Virtual On in Kiwami 2, which is freaking crazy.
Comic Zone is very much a game that is intended with arcade mindset of having to like keep spitting out quarters to make it work.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah, this was back in the era where you still went for a high score and you had limited continues, so you had to like just hack away at a game until you got good enough to beat it, and that's how you get your money's worth.
Yeah, or you'd be like me and you watch everybody play the games and then you go and play it all in one quarter, so because you saw how everyone did it wrong.
That is true, but even if you do know what you're doing, that game is just hard.
Like, I did that with Dragon Flare. I just sat and watched
that game's a choose your own adventure, though. That's not like careful. It's not like you watch someone play a fighting game and you're like, oh, I could do it too. Dragon's Lair is literally just choose correctly.
Yep. However, I also studied a lot of fighting games and then just got really good at them.
Yeah, I mean, you can figure out strategies, but you still have to, like, know how to do the inputs.
Yeah.
Get a sense of your timing.
And I was really good. There's one fighter back in the arcades I was exceedingly good at, Guilty Gear.
Which one was in the arcade? Was that, like, Guilty Gear 2 or X or something?
Because when I was living in Vegas, I don't remember which Guilty Gear it was, but one of them was at the local arcade, and I just spent all my time playing it.
Here's a question. Did you have Faust, or was it Dr. Baldhead?
It had Faust.
Okay, so yeah, it's not Guilty Gear 1. I think that might just be exclusive to PlayStation. I miss Dr. Baldhead. I know the whole point is he's going through a character arc, but, like, he was weird and creepy, and I was just like, he's only ever been in one game.
But I mostly my two mains were Bridget and Kaikisuke.
Oh god, when did Bridget get introduced? I know she was in Accent Core and probably like X2 or something.
Fast travel now? Yes, we can.
That's where I recognize him from. Fiero is from Bridgerton.
I've never seen Bridgerton.
He's the main, he's Lord Anthony Bridgerton.
Anyone else familiar with Chroma Squad? It's a strategy game based around Power Rangers / Super Sentai. Yes, I'm aware of it.
I'm aware of it. I want to get it.
Never played it.
Yes.
All right, here is the log. Here is the reviews.
Bringing the iconoclast to the bargaining table? I don't like the idea that they'll be trying for that module while we delay.
Give him Zora's review.
Very well. I can't promise anything, but let's see what we have here. Well, it seems like she's actually very qualified.
If it weren't for her, I'd wager the iconoclast would have died off a while ago.
I wasn't expecting to say this, but if you can put her in charge and convince her to agree to a meeting, I'd be willing to discuss terms.
Very well.
Honestly, I am down for that as well. Let's convince Graham to you know, step down.
Also, a bunch of the Shinobi games probably would make for good movies. It's like the Sega like response to Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, that's about right.
Also, soundtrack by Yuzo Koshiro, at least in the first game.
Oh, you want to make a very interesting movie series? Or at least a very interesting anime series? More Power Stone. That's more power
He
stone.
isn't the right guy to execute it. I don't even think he's motivated by philosophism anymore. I think he's just guilt-ridden. I can't believe I'm even saying this, but I keep going over and over it in my head. And the only way I see the iconoclast surviving is we depose him.
I'm with you there. Let's go talk to him.
Okay?
Yeah.
Deep breaths. This is what's best, Sora. Time to save Monarch.
Well, let's get weird and do some Sega Saturn shit. Movie out of A Clockwork Knight. Why not?
Oh god, imagine Nights into Dreams being turned into a movie.
Got there before I could.
That actually would be rad. That's doable.
Captain, you must be back with the access codes to our new ship.
Graham, we need to talk.
We have work to do. This isn't the time for one of our spats.
Ooh.
Stand down, Graham.
Stand down. I'm afraid I don't understand, Captain.
You're running the iconoclast into the ground, and I don't believe it'll get better after we take Stellar Bay. The troops take orders from me already, and you've brought me as far as you can down the eternal path. It's time to step down.
The troops. Listen to you. This isn't an army. They aren't soldiers. They're believers. Followers. They pick up a gun because you tell them to, not because they want to. And you, Captain, after all you've done for me, for us, you throw behind this mutinous blasphemer?
Let's be a better leader. I do. She got the best for the iconoclast at heart.
I built this movement from the ground up. I've brought freedom to Monarch, and all these years later, we're still free.
I joined because I believed that you were in it for the iconoclasts. That you wanted nothing more than to bring freedom to Halcyon. That you were selfless. But I know the truth now, Graham. I know what happened in Amber Heights. You didn't start this movement because you wanted to save us. You wanted to save yourself.
No.
You ran. You don't see the enlightenment, you just feel guilty. No, those are it's on your hands, Graham. No amount of meditating will clean them.
I think number one.
It would destroy him.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
Dude,
wondering
all of them would destroy him psychologically, I feel.
I think you ran is better, but or you don't seek enlightenment, you just feel guilty is also a lesser one.
I mean, I do like number 3, but yeah.
I choose door number 2.
What do you think, Chad? 1, 2, or 3 here?
Also, while waiting, I see recommendation for Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. Not that it's Sega, but Suikoden. That would be very interesting. Suikoden's a brilliant game series. I've been streaming those as well. 1, 2, 3, 4 in Tactics. And the Gaiden games. I actually did the VNs.
I got 1 vote for 1.
So far, so good.
Let's see. Have any of you ever played the Power Rangers?
Already said that one.
This is a different one.
I choose 69.
Dang it, Avenger!
I choose Pikachu.
That's not a number!
4!
That's,
4 is the shoot him option. I'm not going for the shoot him option unless we absolutely have to. I'm getting more votes for 1, so we're going 1. So fine, we'll destroy him psychologically.
I've spent years atoning for my sins. I've studied, meditated, taught. I built the iconoclasts so that any man could cast away his past for a fresh start.
That's your answer, Graham? You needed a fresh start? After all those innocent lives? I'm sorry. I believed in you once. I did. But it's over. Stand down.
I won't. What happened back then was a mistake, and the colony has moved on. This is my movement. These are my people. If you want to lead them, you'll have to kill me.
Okay.
That isn't necessary.
Please. Don't make me do this, Graham.
If this is where my path ends, I accept it. But as long as I draw breath, I will not abandon them.
So be it.
Well, we tried.
It didn't take much. the iconoclast.
He wasn't using those, was he?
Decreased.
I love that. Iconoclast's reputation decreased. Iconoclast's reputation increased.
Oh, he came back. Wow. Oh no, there's no leader. Oh, there is now.
Oh no, what a shame.
Here
Could
we
have
are.
tried the mind control way. That'd be amazing.
Killed a lot of people in the name of the iconoclasts. It never feels right. But this time it's especially.
Could have tried the mind control, right? Ah, good idea. We probably should have tried that.
Wait, help me. I'll never remember what that thing is called. The device from the ship. Do you have it?
Hold on. I was thinking you and Sandra could join forces.
I've thought about it, but I think we're too far gone. Pulling Carlotta's support was crossing a line.
Whatever reason you use to spread the message. I'm going to go with inspiration. How many of your believers are going to die for this?
You've got me there. A fair few. I've lost a hell of a lot to this fight. Graham would never agree to this, but I'm starting to realize how often he led us astray. All right. If he's willing to talk, I'll give him a chance.
Bard Spogonomi's agreed to meet.
Well then. I've got to prepare a few just-in-case measures. But when you're ready, let's meet at the old OSI church outside Stellar Bay.
All right. So we're pretty awesome.
Wait, what if instead of a mind control ray, it's a mime control ray? Controls mimes.
How many mimes are there in this universe? It's not a very useful product.
No, but it'd be a very fun product.
It controls Mr. Mime.
We are operating in the name of peace. I think we're doing pretty good here.
Yeah, we killed one person for the sake of hundreds.
Hey, we gave him every opportunity to step down peacefully.
True. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Or the one.
Oh, there you go. Oh,
Cole.
Wait, there's more to that quote?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
We made every effort to convince him to step down, but he said it's over his dead body, and it's like, oh, okay then. Honestly, what we probably should have done is like gone outside and said, hey, so this guy has actually been leading us down a lot of things, and he's guilty of all this stuff, so, you know, will any of you still follow him? Alright, MSI commander and an iconoclast revolutionary. So yeah, I think we're good here.
Right, but she's a machine, he's a machine.
Hey, thanks for coming.
I wish I'd had more time to prepare a proper analysis on costs and benefits of your proposed union, but I suppose we'll have to improvise.
We are gathered here today in holy matrimony.
That's the spirit.
Gotta admit, I really thought I was walking into a trap here. I'm ready.
Don't fret. The captain here is right honorable. Usually.
Sandra, Stellar Bay's got food and walls. And my people need both. If you'll have us, we're willing to share the space.
Do you have any idea what that would cost? Why, drawing up the budget alone is going to take weeks.
Well, the iconoclast just supported your supply lines.
Not good enough. I need to move a fair amount of my people into the city. We need shelter, Captain.
All right. I'm not saying let's just help out in the wilderness. I'm not saying live outside, just help out in the wilderness once in a while.
Suppose some of our healthier folk could offer aid. Some of us need to stay in the city proper, though.
Well, I'll be damned. If you two can work together, maybe there's some hope for this place after all.
Truly a compromise? I'm not sure I'd ever have heard as much from Graham.
Graham was a murderous fiend. And I'd be shocked if you didn't already know that.
Well, I mean, we did shock him at the end, so.
Hey.
Somebody told me Sandra didn't know, or I don't think Sandra would have hurt anyone if he knew he didn't agree to it.
Void take his agreement. He stood by and let it happen.
This feels like one of those times when everyone at headquarters but me is laughing at something. But you two aren't laughing.
One of those times. It's so
Heights,
awkward.
You all had. 10 years ago, Graham had all those people killed.
What? That's not possible. Even for him. That's going too far.
It is. We found correspondence between him and the pirates. Wasn't communicated how they all just died of blocking your proposal. Missing the big picture for the details again.
But that means I had no idea. I swear. Look, we were both fed up with corporate leadership. I never guessed he'd do something like that.
I buy it. Sanjar ain't capable of hurting a sprat, even from a distance.
You can't take bureaucrats at their word. You back someone into a corner like this, and they'll say anything to get out of it.
Take it back to not Zora. You're here for your people, not the past. Or Sandra, you're a leader. That means taking responsibility.
Both are good options, in my opinion.
I'm inclined to go Sandra, you're a leader. That means taking responsibility because Zora's already, compromised here.
You've already been putting the pressure on Zora.
Very well. I suppose my ignorance is no excuse. I knew Graham for years. I should have done my due diligence and known exactly who I was working with. Surely you know what that's like.
Yeah, I do.
We're compromised. Run!
If you're willing to house and supply some of us, I'll have
We're
our
compromised.
soldiers help out.
No, no, come on.
Glad to hear it.
I do kind of want to hug it out, but I feel like that's gonna piss them both off.
Yeah.
Screw it,
Yeah,
Linkara,
okay.
blast them both and you take over. Listen, I'm not Captain Richard Ravage. I'm here for personal profit, but I'm also a decent guy. I'm not gonna eat people yet.
What?
Nothing. I don't even know if cannibalism is even an option in this game.
I think it might be.
Oh,
I'm hopeful about silence.
As am I. Oh, I can feel my blood pressure lowering already.
Thanks for coming out, Sanjar. I, guess I'll see you at Stellar Bay.
Hey, we don't know what the future may hold.
A real good
The
thing.
captain, Cole Aidman might have a breakdown somewhere.
I used to be a tossball mascot.
I used to be a tossball mascot.
I used to be somebody.
Doesn't that mean he'd likely start eating tossball mascots?
I must eat them and absorb their power.
If I eat a tossball mascot, do I become one?
I will be the ultimate mascot. All will love me and despair.
Also,
God.
Edmond makes a good point. Like, I don't know if cannibalism is in this game. You did fight cannibals 2 streams ago.
True, but wouldn't that be ironic? I will eat Gritty. No, none of us are powerful enough to eat Gritty. He would eat us first.
Yeah, say what you will about the various sports teams, whichever one you support, but mascot-wise, it's Gritty, baby. Gritty is king.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about Gritty.
No one can stop the Grimace. No one can stop Gritty.
That really is the case. Just inexplicable.
Cole's Brigadiers. Baby takes the best. Jesus Christ. Woo, alright. So, yeah. Peace in our time. You have relayed the promised data back to Phineas, travel to his lab, and speak with him to discuss the next step.
And there will be peace when the people of the world want
Want
it
it
so
badly that their governments cannot oppose it. And hey, they wanted it bad enough.
Oh my God, they made Superman 4 right. What the heck?
Smile on your brother. Everybody come together. What if Gritty fought the Grimace?
That would be on a level of having Sega Sanjiro fight Popeye.
Oh God. Our universe would stop existing and then reappear and then stop existing over and over again.
How did I get up there?
How do you get up? You go up.
Yeah.
Do I? Oh yeah, I think I just contacted him. I just have to get to the ship.
There you go.
And there's my favorite loading screen in the game. It's just a trope of propaganda that just makes your enemies look badass. Yeah, you always got to be careful when it comes to these kind of things, because like if you're like trying to make your enemy look bad, but in the process you make them look awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we call false advertisement.
All right, so yeah, I think that's the end of the quest line. I think we just beat that.
Right.
Yep.
Search Hawthorne's terminal for clues. Slaughterhouse Clive. Grim tomorrow, delivered if possible. Yeah, we still haven't delivered that tossball poster.
Yeah, keep it.
Starcross Troopers visit Hayes' grave with Nyoka. We still got to do that. But let's finish up. Yeah, let's speak with Phineas. Figure out what our next thing is. But yep, we brought peace to Monarch.
We did it! Yay!
So yeah, we're pretty awesome. Cole Aidman.
Cole Aidman. He stole the show.
Hey!
He salvaged the show.
You have not delivered that damn poster yet? I'm working on it! I got a little sidetracked!
You got sidetracked away from the side quest.
Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it. Blast, that's loud. I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself.
Why are you securing yourself, Phineas?
Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since... in fact, I've never had a visitor.
I'd clap you on the shoulder if I went behind a wall of bulletproof glass. I don't know how you did it, but Hiram Blythe just sent me everything I needed. According to Hiram's message, Minister Clark has ordered a suspicious amount of dimethyl sulfoxide. It's almost as if he's hoarding the colony's remaining supply. Typical elitist, hoarding supplies during a time of scarcity. Once I have those chemicals, we can revive the Hope's colonists and put some decent people in charge. So, good news. You're going to Byzantium and stealing those chemicals. Exciting.
Woo!
Heist mission!
What's so important about these chemicals?
If I had time and several blackboards, I could explain the details to you, but to put it briefly, dimethyl sulfoxide is the reason you're alive today. The chemical is absolutely essential to reviving the Hope's colonists. I need you to steal as much as you possibly can. The more, the better.
This is gonna turn out to be like nerve gas or something.
Bring me enough chemicals. I might not be able to save the Hope's colonists, and then nothing will stop the board from destroying this colony.
Mission 1 is ship theft. Mission 5, lesbian matchmaking. Final mission, deliver a poster. What was that about Minister Clark?
Aloysius Clark, Minister of Earth. Virtually every colony requires the presence of a Minister of Earth. Clark is complicit in every one of the board's crimes. Whenever the board issues some new decree, you'll find Clark's signature on the dotted line.
Just know what to do.
Ah, yes, the details. I'm not about to ask you to rampage through Byzantium trading bullets with the board's agents. We'll have to resort to subterfuge.
Heist
Carmen
mission.
Imagawa. She's my contact in Byzantium. Meet her at the docks. She'll have all the necessary intelligence you require. I'm giving you my old nav key to Byzantium. You'll need it to land in the Golden City.
Ooh.
Remember, you're looking for dimethyl sulfoxide. Big green bubbling vessel with a warning label. I'll take as much as you can find.
That sounds like acid. Anything I should know about this Carmen Imagawa?
You can trust her if that's what you're asking. Imagawa is the finest special agent in Byzantium that money can buy. My money, anyway.
There's something else I wanted to talk about. What else we got?
Of course, of course. What's on your mind?
A hat.
Is there some reason you're hiding behind bulletproof glass?
Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured. But,
of course! Don't you know anything about science?
Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper.
Uh-huh. I get the feeling I'm not going to like where this ends up.
I mean, like, I don't know why, but just looking at him, he reminds me of Rick from Rick and Morty. For
Yeah, there is. It's the hair.
It is the hair, honestly.
He is the guy that woke you up and saved your life.
I know, but there's something I just don't trust about him.
There's something funny about that guy.
Shut up, Otis.
To be fair, He'd probably be much more trustworthy if his brother Ferb was still around.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, let's deliver that poster finally, because we're obviously only got a few minutes to go. Let's toggle the mission here. Yeah, we got plenty. We've only got a few minutes left, so let's just finish up what we were doing. Let's see, we got that with the Vickers Pit, the Ice Palace. Where is the poster? Grim Tomorrow. There we go. There is that. That's back on Monarch.
Onward to adventure!
Right back to where we came from. You know what? We still got the companion quest to do on Monarch anyway.
I'm receiving an urgent docking request from another vessel.
Whoop.
Greetings from the Halcyon Parcel Service. Deliveries guaranteed within standard margins of certainty. I've got a special delivery for Alex Hawthorne of the Unreliable. With your permission, I'll see it transferred to your ship.
Space UPS found us. What is it?
It's a parcel, sir.
Are you sure it's not a package?
This is the Halcyon Parcel Service. We don't deal in packages.
Let's send it over.
With alacrity. Stand by, Captain Hawthorne.
It's gonna be a bomb.
Certified distribution technician
That's about right.
deposited the parcel into your cargo hold in accordance with hazardous waste disposal procedures.
They did what?
They dispensed 3 complimentary spritzes of Anti-Cleo's Citrus Squirt Air Freshener. That's the HPS touch for you, Captain Hawthorne. On behalf of HPS, I'd like to remind you that HPS is not responsible for any damage, defacement, or unseemliness to your parcel. Thank you for your patience, and please remember HPS for all of your future parcel-related needs.
Make a rude it then cuts around.
Wow, we're going with that?
I understand we have decided to continue supporting the outlaw scientist, Dr. Phineas Wells.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I... Take care.
I love that everyone's trying to go for an option, too.
Yep. Oh, boy. Hello.
Hawthorne, if you're getting this, something's happened to me. Got mixed up in some shady business on Gorgon. Should have known better. But I landed on something big. And now this job's an itch I can't stop scratching. There's a whole research compound left to the Sprats. I think I'm close to figuring out why. But something dangerous is closer to me. Got the job through one Minnie Ambrose. Top runger who just came into some money. Was offering a hefty bid card for qualified help. Trust me, her money's good.
Steve Bloom.
Talk to Minnie. Take the job. If I ain't gonna live to see the payday, might as well be you. Consider us even, old pal.
Steve Bloom's voice is so distinctive.
Certainly seem trustworthy.
I've gotten jobs from some unusual sources, but this is a first. Congratulations, Captain.
I don't mean to sound prim, Captain, but there's gotta be a better way to ask someone to do you a favor.
I just want to say, we gotta take this job. This is the closest I ever been to starring in a serial drama. Only thing we're missing is a couple cameras and a soundtrack.
At least this won't be boring.
Hey, now what the hell's going on?
Lucky Montoya owed Captain Hawthorne a considerable debt. I believe this is what humans refer to as payback. Captain, the message contains landing coordinates for a small asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. It was recently registered to a Wilhelmina Ambrose.
Hopefully there's no significance to the name Charybdis.
Who was this guy, Ada?
He was an old friend of Alex Hawthorne's. Lucky Montoya had a statistically significant tendency to encounter situations of extreme danger.
He liked to show off his battle scars. I get the feeling he won't be flashing this one around.
He was also the 4th best paid freelancer in the system.
Only the 4th?
There are several hundred freelancers operating in Halcyon. Considering the numbers, Mr. Montoya ranked among the top percentile. This had less correlation with his measured aptitudes, which rank at or below average, than with a pattern of fortunate circumstances.
Any chance he's alive?
Based on the condition of the limb, I calculate a 92.7% chance that Mr. Montoya expired.
I was going to ask about the arm. So you're saying there's a chance.
There's what humans colloquially call a spread's chance in a mantisaur's den.
Oh yeah, I say that all the time.
No chance, Captain. I have transferred the coordinates for Ambrose Manor to your navigation terminal. We can travel there when you are ready.
Also, yeah, Steve Bloom. I couldn't remember the name of the actor, but that was very obviously Steve Bloom.
Yeah, chat was blowing up about it with a very distinctive voice.
If you're getting this.
I'm going to stop the message. I'm going to hold on to that. Well, people, we're going to go on this after we deliver that tossball poster. I'm assuming this is DLC.
I think so.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll go on this mission after we deliver the poster.
I can't believe they got the voice actor who voiced Captain Brando in Suikoden 4.
I can't believe they got the voice actor of Tom!
I can't believe it's not Butter.
Oof. Now, Roger Smith, baby.
Here, I love just mentioning the fact that he was just the voice of Tom.
Oh yeah, we always love remembering that Steve Bloom was Tom.
I'm trying to think of just little weird roles. Brando is probably as weird as I'm gonna get, but I love his role in as Roger Smith.
Yeah, he's also Wolverine. I think he was Batman too in one of the incarnations.
I think so. 1 second.
He was Makoto Shishio.
Was he the Batman, or was that another actor? I feel like I don't remember.
I don't think it was the Batman. I've only seen one episode of that, but I don't think that was him. Because otherwise, I would have been like, "Oh my god!" Because that was back when I was in college. That would have been the ultimate time for me to recognize that voice.
Have you had time to check on that poster yet?
Oh god, I forgot about that.
Here it is.
Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was going to spend at the bar this week. You know what? Take my old tossball blocker, too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
Green, that's right! From Prime!
I actually forgot that he was in Josh Kirby's Time Warrior.
Yeah, tossball blocker, sweet. This was that made it all worth it.
More tossball material for me, the tossball mascot.
A series which I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that possibly remembers.
What was that show? What was it called again? Josh something time travel?
Josh Kirby Time Warrior.
And Anacomic Geek says Bloom was Batman in the first Lego game. Somehow I didn't notice that. And Vampire Batman in the short-lived Infinite Crisis game.
Also, Anacomic Geek, it says we should celebrate your 5th super chat on a live stream. So, congratulations!
Yay!
High five.
He was also, obviously he was in Cowboy Bebop. He was Spike.
That's his single most famous role.
Yep.
Like that and Tom, come on.
All right, well, does YouTube streaming have text-to-speech? I don't believe so, Fez. Otherwise, it is 10 o'clock, so we are going to call it a night here. When we resume next week, it'll be after the new year, and we will investigate this mercenary who lost an arm. Might be still alive, but probably not. And we'll enjoy ourselves some DLC. Good night, everybody. As a reminder, the Thing Tucker keychain is now available. Also, keep an eye out, because I'm going to go with everyone's recommendation and order another test DVD to make sure it works before I release it publicly. And, keep an eye out for the next review, which hopefully will come out on New Year's Eve. No promises, but we will try. Otherwise, y'all have yourselves a good rest of the night. I want to thank my guests, Crimson, who had to leave, Lotus Prince.
Yeah, thank you. And I'll be doing my last stream of the year tomorrow night. I'll be doing Resident Evil Otome Edition, and I will also be concluding my Platinum Lies of P playthrough.
And Eliza?
I will be streaming Resident Evil 5, finishing it up tomorrow, and hopefully starting on Resident Evil 6. And also probably telling people about Josh Kirby Time Warrior tomorrow because I mentioned it today.
And finally, Xandru.
Speaking of Josh Kirby, I just looked it up, and I remember seeing the trailers for these movies, but I never saw them. So thank you for unlocking that memory there, Eliza. But yeah, no streams this week. But next year, Monday, I'll be back playing Infamous for PlayStation 3.
All right. Oh, and one final reminder, of course, at the top of the chat, it's pinned there. Ilnage released a copy of Spirit of the Season. So if you wanted a copy of that song, that may or may not have just been a dream. In the third part of the Halloween/Christmas arc, go and buy that. Support Ilnage. He did a fantastic job on that, and he deserves all the love. Y'all have yourselves a good rest of the evening and a happy New Year.
See you,
Bye,
Space
people.
Cowboy.